What? Is there even a raid? Damn it. Oh dear. Too easy to get my goat, I suppose. Let's see. You don't need desktop sounds today, guys. My camera's broken. Why? Oh. Wait, did I delete it? No. No, there it is. All right, hold on. I feel obligated to green screen now. Once you see it with the green screen, it feels jank to not do it. Though I must say yesterday I noticed that we're gonna have to adjust the green screen properties here. All right. First of all, hello. Let's see. Okay, and then yeah, it's jank. Filter chroma key. So we'll just do. Are you sure you want to reset to default? Yeah, go ahead. How's that? Oh, you can kind of see it if it gets in the shadow. That's interesting. Here, let's raise it up. Up, 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 up. Thanks. There we go. God, these janky cameras. Expensive janky cameras. I must say. I don't have a boo. Where's my boo? I used to have one. Oh. No, I can't hear my boos. Oh, that means voice mod is broken. Let's go. Now I can hear myself. No, I can't. Yo. I definitely don't want. Okay. What? Headphones, headsets, headphones, XM5s. Yes. Testing 1, 2, 3. And if I hit boo, oh, there it is. There it is. Boo jank. All right. Next, YouTube. So my family came back from their trip, and now I could not get anything done. I was like, I'm gonna record my video on the book, Jason Schreier's book, and then I'm gonna put together this game design analysis that I did for shoot, what was it called? It's a zombie game. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Hey, Miano. Oh, I see. That's you caught me. You caught me online. So I was going to do the book review. I was going to do the game design analysis, and then my kid was like, "Daddy, come play with me." She says it like this: "Come play with me," like she's expecting a no. So had to. Could not get almost anything done. Oh well. I'm gonna like my own stream. Where is the... There's the pop out. There you go. And you should be live chat. And then we need to add that to the stream. I had to teach someone else OBS today, and it was kind of a... I realized how jank it is in general. It's not a pleasant thing to learn for somebody who hasn't been through it yet. There, I'll hide you guys with by opening bags when I need to. Oh wait, what does Shift B do over here? I guess I'll never know. Okay. The core leather sold. Oh, that's some much needed gold there. None of that sold. Unfortunate. Primal bat leather did sell. Icy cloak did not. Rugged armor kit sold. Love to see it. And then I have a bunch of stuff coming into for turn-ins. Oh my god, a lot of turn-ins here. So we're gonna leave these in the bank for now, and we're just gonna take out the stuff we want to put in the auction house right away. Why is this katana not selling? This is like shocking to me. I clearly made a mistake with my deadly poison auction. Not sure what happened there exactly. Okay. Alright, let's get all this. Wait, is it? No, I don't have a trick or treat ready. Also, reminder, I am subtlety. So, 125 gold. Go ahead and post 16 of these. Icy cloak. Primalist pants. Bramblewood belt. Shin blade of stamina. I guess I should just sell this to why? holding thick leather. Do we put up deadly poison again? I don't know. Let's put up 1 stack of deadly. Just all deadly, right? Yes. Stack size of 5. I'll put up 2 stacks. And this down here. Okie doke. Looks for the mongoose. We're okay. We need greater nature. Greater nature protection. Ouch. I can't believe that's the best price. Ow. 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 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There goes all my profit. That was just painful. I really should just become an alchemist at this stage because holy crap. If you're grading, the most expensive thing is definitely all the pots you need to keep up on. I have no idea how anyone else can afford to keep up on this and like have a life. Eternal Cloak of Healing. Surely that's worth it. I think that's quite a reasonable price. What was the other thing? Was that it? Why is this here? Oh, right. Alright, what else? It's Cold Frost. That's what I used all the cold. Greater protection, or greater cold protection? No. Frost? There it is. Okay. These are slightly more reasonable, I suppose. How dare you. Stack of 10. Perfect. Go to the bank and we'll get Thunder Bluff. It's locked. So we need to do like a million things. And I'm not sure how much I have time for all of them. Alright, definitely time for all of them. So there. Did I lose a frost oil potion somewhere? That's quite strange. This cooldown. Oh, you know what? No point. BWL, huh? Do I go? I don't know. Maybe I go if they need people. But then I'm locked in for like 2 hours. They moved an hour earlier and it's still 1 in the morning for me. They've got 37. I think they're okay. And I see the 2 rogues are in there, so no need. Unless I want to do something weird. Like, reserve the axe. Okay. So we need to get to, actually we need to get to Zul'Gurub, don't we? Also, we should dump this back in the bag. What am I doing? Ouch. Ouch. Also, why is this not in the... I'm so disorganized. Alright, we gotta take the Zeppelin over to Rumgal, I guess. Pattern. 45 gold. I hope that sells. I have no idea why it's so high price. I don't know if that's a gag or just a rarity issue. We'll see. Hello, AF. How you doing? How's you doing? 2 minutes left on Mongoose. Is there no Lord of the Turtles? Loggerhead. Seriously thinking about moving somewhere warmer? Come on over to Thailand. Is it cold over there now? Snowing? War Cup. That was not bad. I guess Gurky's still the coolest. Poor Gurky. You can't come with me. Where is he? He's gone. He unsummoned. It's funny, I live in a cold climate, and yet I've got my aircon on 24/7. Or rather, I live in a warm climate, I've got my aircon on 24/7. If you want good internet for a low price, Thailand is your place. Blade Fist Bay. I hope the cloak I'm replacing this with looks better. Because this cloak of Draconic might just... Nah, doesn't cut it for me. So the patch is coming tomorrow. Ugh, that's tempting. Can't help myself. I hope that doesn't affect me. Not tomorrow in 2 days? Oh, right. Well, the next raid is Molten Core with you guys in 2 days. So that means I'll be sporting a completely different build. It'll be a good way to test it out, I suppose. See if it's worth doing. I imagine every add-on is going to completely break. Weather out here in Thailand? This is the rainy season, so it's actually warm and moist. Everyone else, all the Thai people think it's cold, but obviously, me being used to Eastern or Nordic weather and California weather, not so much. Seems angry at my presence, but he's not attacking, so... Tomorrow is Halloween. It is the anniversary of one of my friends. It's their birthday. This is the second year after they died. So we're gonna go out to their... a graffiti artist spray painted a memorial for her, so we're gonna go say hello, goodbye again to her tomorrow. she was one of the few good people, a few good foreign people, I guess, that I've met out here. We'll leave him to that. Most of the foreigners tend to be kind of pieces of shit. I don't know. But she was really cool. She was American, so we got along, and we had, as most Americans who leave the U.S. never to return, we shared a lot of similar ideologies and ideas, but she had a propensity for drink unparalleled in anyone else I knew. And unfortunately, it led to her early demise. But despite that flaw, she was still a kind soul and deserves to be remembered, so. I like to go out there every once in a while. See the mural. The problem this year is that the mural will likely be taken down, as the ownership of the place where it was put up is changing, and they may have no interest in her. My invitation to Thailand is absolutely sincere, by all means. It is a great place right now for anyone who can work remotely and bring in a Western income and live in a low cost of living country. You can rent a 3-story building for 500 USD a month. You can, even if you buy only Western food, you're basically not gonna spend more than $20 a day. I mean, unless you go really overboard. Like you'd have to go to craft beer bars every day and just buy beer for hours in order to like even put a dent into your money, because everything else is so cheap. You can afford a family here. That's basically what I'm saying. I done bought a house here. Never gonna happen in California, I can tell you that much. But yeah, come on out here. If you ever decide to come out to Thailand, let me know. I'll meet you. I'll meet you at the airport. I'll show you around. Make sure you stay out of trouble. Get you a SIM card. They're cheap. Show you the best way to exchange money, because they can. You could open a bank account if you need to. Right now, you can get the digital nomad visa. There are certain qualifications for it, but they're not too harsh. And that gives you the opportunity to stay for 5 years, which is pretty huge, I would say. Better than my visa, and I'm married. You're sold? Excellent. Just gotta reallocate some talents into animation expert. Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's anything, if whatever you normally do can be done remotely, and you can find a job that doesn't care where you're located. Like I've noticed a lot, there's like a lot of remote jobs that are like remote, but you have to be in Europe, or remote, but you have to be in the US. Which is not ideal for me. Which is predominantly why I work in crypto, where they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit where I am. They're like, do you accept cryptocurrency? I do. Great. You're hired. Well, it's not really that simple, but speaking of which, since November 1st is coming in 2 days, I gotta get all my invoices ready. That takes some time. Hey, Drazon. Just, I'm trying to take it chill. There's a raid starting, but I don't want to... I can't do it. I want to just play WoW like I don't have any obligations. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it does. Even though what I'm actually doing is getting raid materials for my next Karazhan run, so there's that. But also with the patch in a day, like who knows? Everything could come crashing down. So, it's maybe the last time I ever play WoW, Turtle WoW. We'll see. Totally makes sense? Good. See, I don't have to explain myself to you guys. You get it. You get it. Something about fishing in this game. It's like just the right amount of mechanics where you can relax. The perfect blend of just wait for the right moments. Try another class? I don't want to try another class. This is like, okay. I know most people play WoW and they're like, they've got multiple characters and bad characters and all that kind of stuff. For me, I just want one character and class, and that's it. I never actually really wanted to make that mage character or anything else. I just did it to see the goblin starting stuff because my voice was in it. And at some point I do need to create an alliance character so I can go back through my old quests on the alliance side. But I'm like not so like I'm not eager to do that because it's not, I mean, it's not cheating on a character, but it's like it's less my character. Like it's not really my character. Any character I make after the first one I make, this is the first character I made for Eternal WoW. Any character I have made after this doesn't feel like my character anymore. Only Zenrai is the character. This is the character I journeyed with. This is the character who went to all the raids. This is the character who experienced all the stuff that I experienced along the way, and I can't... any other character doesn't... It's not my character. Does that make sense? That might be extra weird for you guys, even for you guys. That might be too weird. Play a paladin. I can't play a paladin. I can't take anything that can turn themselves invulnerable for multiple seconds long enough to hearth. Seriously. I'm not saying it's an easy class or anything. I'm just saying there needs to be some counterbalance there. It's just... it's a little silly to me. It would be cool to see another questing journey and a new set of zones in your streams. Well, that's the thing, like, if I start an alliance character, it does feel like a different, like a whole different thing. So hopefully I can get into it. And then I can go through all my quests on that side. And basically it has to be a night elf, I think. Because that's that path takes you to Aberdeen. And that's where the majority of my alliance quests are, as far as I recall. I wish you could become all the classes available in that race on the same character like FF14 did. I love that FF14 did that, by the way. Because then it was always my character, and my character was learning to be a rogue, and then he was learning to be a ninja, and, you know, it all made sense. It was one continuous thing. I liked that a lot, actually. I'm trying to get every class through the hardcore challenge? Oh dear. That would give me anxiety. Just thinking about it gives me anxiety. Yeah. My hardcore character is destined to die at level like 16. I can tell. I think I was already struggling with the mage at level 3. Though I guess it makes sense for a mage to struggle at the early levels. Sort of a holdover from original Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, crap. I'm gonna run out of room. Oh, I'm on a second stack already. That's good. Did that go? I didn't see it move. There it is. We'll have to see when I get a big chunk of time again. Like, the only reason that I've been able to go to the Noxramas raids and do all that stuff is because my family was out of town. And, yeah. I shouldn't be up this late. But their school is going to start next week, and then I'm going to have to shift back to a more morning-focused schedule. And then I don't know what I'm going to do about the raids, or if I can go. Or maybe I can switch to morning raids and then do the northern NA ones. Maybe that's what I'll do. Family getting in the way of video games? I know, right? It's like, why did I even have them? They're supposed to game with me, not against me. One day. One day. Yay! Where is it? There it is. I'll have to destroy Roblox. I think that might be the... that might be exactly right. Alright, what are these? Sand Fury. And Zulian. Destroy the Bijou. I love that it's the level up effect. That's the only time you'll ever see that level up effect again. Once you're level 60. 3 gold. 3 gold. Alright. I think that's all of them. So we can get a lot more spirits as Zanza. Potent Potipus. I do want to get... We're getting 1 swiftness.
Stay away.
Just 1. I know it's an indulgence, but... Being able to walk 20% faster is going to be beneficial to me today. We won't use it till winter spring though.
Stay away from the spirits be with you.
Now we got 18 of those. Let me check just in case. Already know. That's it. Isn't there another one upstairs? Let's go check.
Talk to me. Greetings.
Never mind. Oosh. Just checking in. What is my Zandalar faction actually? Did it go up recently, I guess is what I'm looking for. Probably not. Revered. Whereabouts have I done that? Oh, that's the last one I haven't done. So I should probably try to get the shoulder piece just to have it, I suppose. Obviously not going to be better than what I have now. And you can always get the gear back. I like that. There's more places to... Alright, now let's think. If I'm going to... Where am I going next? Cenarian Circle. So... Hearth. Nothing else I need here. No. Actually, you know what? What we need to do is create a World of Warcraft clone for Roblox. And because it's Roblox, it'll be terrible. And then she'll play that and go, and when she plays it, I can go, "Oh, you like that? Here's the real game, World of Warcraft." And then she'll play with me. Is it true that WoW ran poorly on most PCs in mid-2000s, and why, if so, why wasn't it optimized to run on average home computers at that time? No, it didn't run poorly. I think if you look at the requirements, it ran on most things at that time period. But it was one of the first Blizzard games to ever require a dedicated 3D card, Warcraft 3 being the first one. And because of the dedicated 3D requirement, because we required a dedicated 3D graphics card, there was a lot of backlash. So I don't know what to tell you, because Blizzard was one of the last companies to do 3D. Okay, they didn't need anyone, so I'm all good. Oh, right. Forgot I had an automated turn off. I didn't forget. I just didn't expect it. For some reason, I always think 1 a.m. is so far away. And yet, here we are. Yeah. All the Warcraft games, well, every Blizzard game was basically created and optimized for the lowest common denominator. But when we moved to Warcraft 3 and had 3D graphics, it threw a bunch of people off because, you know, StarCraft could run on a brick. But Warcraft 3 required a dedicated graphics card, and a dedicated 3D graphics card. And let's keep in mind what were the 3D graphics cards at the time. Voodoo. Voodoo doesn't exist anymore. I saw some videos of people playing on CRT monitors, monitor PCs, and the game was on like 20 FPS, especially when raining or when players are around. Yeah, but you can just turn all the graphical settings down. They probably had too many graphics settings up. What did I design or make? A lot of things. I'm most known for Warcraft 3, The Culling of Stratholme. But I also did the co-op campaign map on the N64 version of StarCraft, and I did about 40 quests for World of Warcraft. I did a lot of stuff over the years. Honestly, to go through my whole list would be kind of an exhaustive and painful process at this stage. But I'll just give you some highlights. My favorites were some of the boss fights I did for Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, and the writing I did for Wasteland 3, and just working with the NXL team. Those guys were really cool. And now I'm the chief of design for Engines of Fury, a top-down extraction shooter with ARPG elements. If you like Diablo and Escape from Tarkov, you might enjoy the game, which is currently in an alpha test. And there will be another alpha test phase, so if you go to eof.gg/alpha, you can sign up. Old video capture software, 8 frames. Oh yeah, that's a good point. If they were using capture, frame capture, video capture software, then it was eating up all the frames. Man, I don't know. It's interesting to think about back then, like how you would capture video. You had to have a dedicated card that would like be between your monitor and the thing, and then it would create its own little lag. Want to hear a joke from WoW devs old school? Is it about milk? Hearing that Blizzard was one of the last to adopt 3D just makes me more certain that pioneers can be utter idiots and still succeed hugely. It's true, sometimes being first is highly beneficial, but oftentimes being second is where all the money is at. Because the first ones pay for all the mistakes, and then the second person can see all the mistakes being made and then fix them. That was always Blizzard's greatest game design strength. It wasn't that they were innovating, it was that they saw something they enjoyed and then were like, we can fix all these problems. And that's sort of how I developed my design set. Is by playing games, playing lots of games, and like sort of picking and choosing what I thought were good mechanics from them, and then being able to apply those in different new games that I'm working on. WoW was made for the Horde, then they made Alliance for nice people. I think that joke isn't funny. The truth of the matter is the nicest people are on the Horde. I don't know what they're talking about. Like all those physicists that got killed by the Demon Corps. Yeah, there's that. Or like all of Edison's assistants who are got blinded by X-rays. That's why Elon Musk likes Thomas Edison, because he didn't experiment on himself, he experimented on others. You noticed Elon Musk doesn't have a fucking brain chip, you know? If that's the case, no one should ever want to be the tip of the spear. The visionaries pave the way and morons run their trucks over it. It depends. Like, if you have a grand vision and you can see all the parts and pieces and can put it together, that's one thing. Because, like, let's think about Steve Jobs and how he became sort of a visionary figure. He wasn't doing anything new, necessarily. He stole the graphical interface from Xerox and then just made it more intuitive. Like, he was a lot like Blizzard in that sense. He was taking other things, graphical and hardware elements, and just putting it together in his grand vision. That means he was a visionary, and I have to agree with that, though I might disagree with him on aspects of his vision. But at least he had a unified vision, and that's something that people grasp to and latch onto for eternity, as we can tell by people who still prefer iPhones, even though there's a million and one choices in Android, and all of them are better and less costly. Just saying. Nice meaning those who play Night Elf tunes only. Night Elf? Are Night Elves the nice people on the Alliance side? Xerox was huge then? It was, and they were arrogant. They were huge and arrogant. And that's usually the problem with the megacorps. They start huffing their own paint. And then they can't tell that they have brain damage. iPhones have always been trash, 20% more power for 100% more cost. Well, no. When the first iPhone was not trash. It was probably the greatest smartphone that was ever made. And then for years, when all the others refused to follow along because they thought they knew better, it continued to be the greatest smartphone in existence for, I would say, at least 5 years. And then they slowly were like trying to figure it out, and then they slowly started making their own smartphones, and now everyone has a smartphone. But now Apple doesn't innovate anymore. They're like,
Peace, friend.
why innovate when we can just sell you the same thing with like a 2% increase?
What brings you here?
Okay, that's never gonna happen. Can you get into the AQ40? Is the AQ40 still up? Yes. Oh, it's gone. I have to wait for the next AQ40. Okay, well, those boots, so those are on hold, but this I can do. No? That's not it at all. Cenarian Circle. Where are you? Did I got rid of it. It's in here. Just want to make sure I don't take items out of the mailbox if I don't have to. Hey! Hey, random! My favorite. You never know what you're gonna get. I do hate that it's party members and I can't just shoot it on random people.
Greetings. Dear members.
Alright, let's go get the parts. You can extend the raid lock? Is that right? Well, it's too late now, I suppose. I assume. Alright, Azure Idol, Bronze Scarab, Ivory Scarab. Azure Idol, Ivory Scarab, Bronze Scarab. Azure Idol. We'll turn these in and pray that it looks better than the Draconic might look.
Hello. My child.
Why is it less armor? Alright, whatever. It has improves your chance to hit by 2 or 1%. It's kind of a bluish color. I like that better. Goes better with the Guild Tabard anyways. You know, on paper it looks like worse, but for whatever reason there was a slight increase. Oh, it's the improves your hit chance, right? Never mind. It's not for whatever reason. It's a very obvious reason. Band availed showers. Oh. Right, there we go. So now we have 2 pieces. Unfortunately, that gets us nothing. And the other unfortunate thing is that by the time I get it, I'm pretty sure that I'll probably get a bone scythe in the next. Actually, you know what? So many people are rolling on the bone scythe ring that I'm not sure I'll ever get it. For backstabs and stuff to not miss, yeah.
How may
Let's
I
see.
help you?
So this one is the one that requires Exalted, and the unfortunate truth here is that by the time I get it, I absolutely better have the Death Sting. Because I got, what, 21,000 to go, and I think I got about 9, maybe 10 of those Karaji idol things, or whatever, they give you 1,000 between two. Every two is 1,000, so that's what? Yeah, that's 5,000, 5, 10, 15, 20. Have to do it a minimum of 4 times to get close, and then maybe finish it off some other fashion. Ridiculous. PS5 Pro is a good example. It's going to be 800 euro, and you still think it's going to sell well? I mean, we'll see. Does WoW allow win later emulator? I don't know what that is. I would assume not. Alright, let me think. What else? Alright, so that has to wait. This should go in the bank. These I can open, I guess. We're low on food and Tel Aviv is close, so we're going to Tel Aviv, I suppose. After we stop off in Gajestan for some dream dust, I think it is. I think they will sell enough to make a profit off of it. Mostly because of GTA 6. Well, are they launching with GTA 6? I don't think so. GTA 6 is going to get pushed back for sure. What was the last date they gave? Did they already push it back? I wouldn't be surprised. Ultra 7 Intel with Arc GPU on handled MSI could have long-term support. Didn't they already stop supporting their Arc GPU? Isn't Moore's Law supposed to hit soon? We're already there. Like, it's already slowed down significantly. It has not been doubling anymore. That's why NVIDIA switched to focus on AI stuff. Because there was no... it wasn't as profitable anymore to be in the GPU business in terms of graphics cards. Both AMD and NVIDIA have basically said, screw gamers, we're moving on. Which is hilarious because it was NVIDIA who created the RTX whole bullshit, and now, like, that doesn't even, it barely works in 4K. We'll see what the 5090 does, I suppose. But those specs already leaked, and it was less than impressive, I would say. Yeah, Angoro Crater's a good one. It's a little bit flat for my tastes, but it's green and lush and interesting, and has dinosaurs, which is great. It has dinosaurs so big that their head will be next to them in the flight. It seems to rain at your place and in Angoro. Please don't order food now. No, I can't. It's too late. It's 1 in the morning now, so it's too late to order food. Actually, is that true? I think there's one place that's open, but it's not actually raining right now here, so. But I'm not ordering food. I'm just checking. There's a coffee shop. That's the only thing open. Which is I mean, honestly, I love them for this. that they're a coffee shop open at 1 in the morning. And possibly the only one. A doubt? Doubt about what? Doubt about the patch? Dave, why do you think LoL is so popular still in 2024? It has 132 million MAU. League of Legends has a special relationship with their audience, let's say. In that they have really made the effort. Like every year, they are adapting the game and adjusting for the meta and trying to be like the top esport. And I think that has built a lot of loyalty to them. What it has put off is people who are nostalgic for when they first played it and it was a totally different game. And when they come back to it, it's not what they want. Okay, that's weird. What's going on? Okay, there we go. That's better. 30 silver, you say? I'm gonna go right there. Strangle Kelp. Sells for 9 silver, potentially 14. Let's see. After end of the Lich King expansion, Blizz stopped supporting i3 and then their user base crashed. Interesting theory. Interesting. I can't speak to that, but there's probably some truth to that in that they lost a bunch of their Eastern European audience at that point. In fact, I would say a lot of Turtle WoW's popularity stems from supporting that Eastern European audience that Blizzard lost. Which is interesting to think about, actually. It's also one of the reasons that Engines of Fury runs on a toaster. It still requires a dedicated graphics card, but it's Unity, and we've gone for very low minimum specs. Should I keep this or not? What does it have? It's hard to say here. There is some point where I hit a hit cap and potentially could use it over this current cloak, so I don't know. What do I get rid of if I do move it? Oh, right. Sure. That makes sense. Alright, we're going to turn those into hashes. It does require a dedicated 3D graphics card. Unfortunately, there's no way to run Unity without one. But it has very low requirements in terms of, like, you can put it on its lowest graphic settings, and even on a pumpkin, a potato, you'll have a good time. It'll look not great, but you'll have a good time. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Here. Strange Dust. Is it Strange Dust or Dream Dust? It's Dream Dust. So what you're saying is Eastern Europeans couldn't afford a dedicated 3D graphics card and therefore WoW had a lot of customers? No, because it required a dedicated 3D graphics card. I think I played a little bit of Kata on an i3 and it ran okay. Probably. 4070, longest supported. I don't even have a 40 series. I got a 3080 Ti. And I regret buying it. I bought it while everything was stupid expensive for no good reason. Should have just stuck with my 1080 Ti. Way better value. And was still playing everything fine. Although I wouldn't have been able to do RTX, obviously, so. That was my big thing. I wanted to see RTX and Cyberpunk, and boy, was that a disappointment. Holy shit. Alright. I just need 20 of these, and I don't want to hassle. 14, 56. Okay, actually, that's fine. Actually... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm not sure if every click was actually counted there. Let's go find out. You meant to say lost customers? Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting theory that the requirements to run WoW spiked a bunch of people out of being able to play it in Eastern Europe and thus drove down their subscriber base dramatically. Because if you think about it, well, we'd have to look at statistics and like polling numbers for who has what machines. But I use Steam periodically. I'll check what are most people using these days. And there's like you want to aim for a good section of the mid to low end. Did I nail it? I did. Yay! Alright. Off to the land of whatever's. Warcraft 3 already required a dedicated 3D graphics card and it was huge in Eastern Europe? Yes, but the requirements were even lower than for WoW.
What do you need?
I believe.
Strength.
Oh, you can just zoom out forever, huh? Whee! You know what, we can check on this. Let me see here. Warcraft 3 spec requirements. Reforged and Classic. I need the ones from launch. Updated 4 years ago. Well, that's not helpful. Intel Core i3 530 or AMD Phenom 2. See, that's not the original requirements at all. I remember it was a Voodoo graphics card, 3D effects. For original game, maybe? No, that's still Blizzard's site. I don't want that. Does anyone have a box copy? If you have a box copy, if you could look at it for me. Nope, never mind, I found it. Pentium 2, 400 mega. Pentium 2, 400 megahertz. Athlon, 128 megabytes of RAM and an 8 megabyte direct 3D card. NVIDIA TNT or AT. Do you remember ATI? ATI Rage or Intel 810 with DirectX 8.1 support. Windows 98 ME or 2000. 700 megabytes of frame distance. This is hilarious. A 4x speed CD-ROM drive. Recommended Pentium 3, 600 megahertz, 256 megabytes of RAM. We weren't even up at the gig point yet. Why am I inside my character? Oh my god. It's so funny seeing these. But yeah, basically the equivalent of a toaster back then. Even back then. That's Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, original requirements. I don't know what WoW's original... Maybe I can find that somewhere too. Maybe it's on the site. Systemrex.com. GameSystemRequirements.com. Hold on, I gotta collect bananas though, so you guys can look it up. Let me know. Wow, sub numbers did not drop immediately at the launch of Kata. If what he's saying is true, there should have been an immediate drop, yeah. So it probably wasn't that. So yeah, that was the Warcraft 3 specs. Pentium 2, 400 megahertz was the minimum. No one out in Telebeam today. Maybe it's just the timing. Everyone's in raids. Everyone who would need this type of food is in raids, probably. i5 or i7 if you can choose only one. i7, obviously. i7 was specifically for gaming, wasn't it? I had an i9 for a while, I don't know. And then this new machine is an AMD. Oh. Which just seems to be better overall value for some reason. Up until Microsoft started slowing it down for fun. For funsies. Let's actually, I want to see an ambush. I'll have to stick with the bananas. This music is distinctly not WoW, it lacks layers. What? The layers come in. I feel like by now if TWoW would have that feature, you should have been discovering additional banana recipes. Maybe like a banana shake. Banana waffles. There are 3 recipes, but you get all of them from the same quest, so it would have been fun if you sort of had to like branch out and decide which recipe you wanted. Like it's a big secret and he's like, I'm only gonna tell you one. But whatever. I like nerdy shit like that. horror players would save more and get i7. This delay and postpone. What? I think i7 was the better chip overall, though, right? Like they didn't number them down. The i1 is the best. Would make sense. Poison? Should probably skip that, actually. Let me just check if this is here yet. Nope. Oh, there it is. Alright. I have a complete loop, but I'm now behind. But I haven't seen anyone else here, so I'm not really actually too concerned. 2004 OG WoW? Oh, 2004 OG WoW required an i5? Gotcha. – 2007, 2008, they stopped supporting i3. I don't know. Blizzard always made it a point, pre-WoW's release, Blizzard always made it a point to support the lowest common denominator. I can't say, once they were doing expansions and like under Activision's rule, I don't know. A lot of that shit probably went out the window because it was no longer about the customer, it was about making money. The irony being that Blizzard's way made all the money, and Activision's did not. Activision can only exploit things that are already good. It can't make things better. And unfortunately, I think the same is true for Microsoft. That was a huge crit off backstab. That was an ambush. You can play WoW on a toaster, definitely. Especially Turtle WoW. I think that's one of the big draws. There's a large group of people who can't play retail WoW because the requirements are stupid. But they can play TWoW. And Blizzard knows this. So coming after TWoW would enrage that entire base. $90 mount, let's go. Jesus Christ. No comments. People paid it. I don't know what to say. I certainly wouldn't. I don't understand why people would. Did. But a lot of people did. And now they see that they can do that. And that's a bad precedent to set for a megacorp like Microsoft. Because now they have a baseline and it just moved up. If you know what I mean. Let's see what we can get here. He's inside the tree. I actually can't hit him. Oh, he left. 1378. That's okay. God, I want this new subtlety spec to be good. It definitely benefits the whole raid. Someone has to be subtlety now, moving forward. There has to be one subtlety rogue in every situation. America rewards large-scale stupidity. Corporations succeed, but stupid individuals can't. True. Fair. I don't know why, but when I post specs of OG WoW, the comment gets deleted. That's interesting. Basically, it's 4 gigabytes of space and 256 megabytes of RAM. Interesting. It's a big game even back then. I mean, by modern standards, I guess it's not. Ah, shit. Okay, no. They're doing some quest or something. Turtle Hardcore. Is this a hardcore character? Should I help them? What are they doing? Did they want that banana? Are they mad at me? I don't know. I'm gonna skip this one because I see that there's people showing up. Actually, I only need one more banana after this, so it doesn't matter. Ideally, it would be this one, but oh, there it is. I've actually perfected the loop. I'm tempted to just continue, but since I've got all the bananas I need, I guess I won't. Okie dokie. I think hardcore characters have a silver dragon around their profile. Do they? Oh, that's cool. Like they're rare. Like they're a rare mob. I guess so that was not a hardcore character. That's just their guild name, I guess.
Off and away. Salutations. Right. Interesting. Be seeing you. Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now.
Alright. Got our gargantuan bananas. Last problem is the golden sansam, which has been absolutely a wild market for golden sansam here. This is the guy who gives the final recipes.
Time is money, friend.
But you have to do this whole quest line first that takes you out into the jungle to find a gargantuan banana. Which starts with that gnome over there in the house who I just did the turn in with. If anyone was curious.
Right back.
At this point, all I want to do is own a food truck. Cooking is cool. Yeah. I'd want like a camper cook truck. So I'd want like an RV and then like an additional attachment that is where I do all the cooking outside, like on a grill or whatever. Sleep in the RV and then go outside and cook. At least back in Wrath, the most baddest ass mount was the mammoth, and you could grind for it in game. Like what, 18k gold or whatever? Not real money. Yeah. All I heard was that you really want to be a sub. Subtlety. Do you like the achievement tab system feature in WoW they had since Wrath? And if not, how would you redesign an achievement system? And I like what Turtle WoW's done with it, which is that there are special titles you can win, and they don't tell you. Like, there's nothing saying, hey, if you collect every frog in the game, you'll get the Lord of the Frogs title. But it's there. I haven't done it, but it's there. And what I like about it is that no one's telling me what to do, but I can go out there and I might do that just because I'm a completionist, and then I might discover that, and then that's like exciting. It's an acknowledgement without being told, hey, you're supposed to do this. That's what I like. That's why I originally liked the idea of achievements, but not the implementation of them. Because the idea of achievements is that we like... in game design terms, within a game, acknowledging someone doing something unique or special is cool. But if you give them a list of things that are unique and special and cool, it's no longer unique and special and cool. It's just a list of bullshit tasks to do. And it's no longer... it doesn't work for me. Some people like that, though. Just not me. I just want to grill and have universal health care, for God's sake. I mean, are those big asks? It seems to be, doesn't it? What is up with America? Why is it so stupid? Alright. It seems the prices have come down a little bit. They were, or maybe the historical value has like just risen. Alright, we're buying all these. 10, 20, 30. How much do we need? We have 30. We need 40, 80, 120. Wait, 40, 80. Yeah, 120. So I've got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. God damn, I'm never going to get there. 120. Oh, that's it. That's what I needed. 120. No, I got it. I got it. People love to be guided and handheld since it's so much easier and does not require any brain activity. No, they think they want that, but they actually... I don't think they want that as much as they want something to do. Like, just imagine all those achievements are there, but there's not a giant list of them. And, you don't have, like, you don't have to do them anyways. But now you really don't have to do Oh. That's where. I guess you can get a replacement here. Fascinating. I recently deleted, just carte blanche deleted a bunch of shit. You think you want that, but you don't? I mean, yeah, I know. That line will go down in infamy. But here I'm saying that, like, you think you want to be told what to do, but in actuality, you want to discover it on your own. And we're taking away that possibility. This is the closest spice, isn't it? It is. A giant list is what autistic gamers love. Well, you can have that list, but you should have the hidden ones too. The ones you don't tell people about. The ones that are so unique that most people would never discover them. I mean, there's a quest like that, which is the message in a bottle. I still have that, don't I? Or did I delete it? There it is. Find the author. Maybe we should do this one. Let's see how much time I have. I still have to go to Winter Spring and still have to kill a bunch of bears and have to kill a bunch of tigers. Or what do you call them? Frost sabers. See, I have a task list without even being told anything. I know what I need to do to be a good raider, and that means I have to go kill a bunch of shit and gather a bunch of materials. Oh, what's that? I missed this one. It could be unique if there were leveling challenges, which you could only get while leveling. For example, killing Hogger solo at level 10, and once you get level 11, you will never get to do that achievement. I mean, yeah, there could be breakpoints like that. I'm not against that at all, as long as they're hidden, So you would never know that there was that achievement in the first place unless you like looked it up online or something stupid. Like we have the internet now. We don't need a list in the game. It just diminishes the fun. Like you don't feel like an explorer anymore. Which is, by the way, my Bartle's player type is explorer, which is a useful thing in design. But explorer is not one of the main archetypes, or rather, how to put it, it's like a smaller percentage than the other two, I believe. I think it's all about that invisible golden path the game designer has to come up with, which is a perfect experience, but the player doesn't notice. He's just on a very, very well curated path. Yeah, you feel like you're part of the world. That's what original WoW was. It was a bunch of like quest designers and area designers pouring their heart and soul into the game, trying to make the coolest shit they could, and each one is handcrafted, and you can feel that when you play the game. Like I feel that when I play classic WoW, but when I play more modern games, it feels like a product. It feels like a manufactured product. It doesn't feel like someone gave a shit. Especially when you get dialogue like in Mass Effect Andromeda, like the worst dialogue maybe ever written for games. Worse than Resident Evil. Did you like Dora the Explorer? No, that was post my childhood. I liked Thundercats and Transformers and G.I. Joe and let's see, Mask. I used to have all the Mask toys. Those were cool.
What brings you here?
Oh, and Robotech. My friend introduced me to Robotech, and that was baller.
Go in peace.
Spoiler, but when one of the main characters died in like the first season, I was like, holy shit. Just a dumb kid. Needs 60 mild spice? What kind of spice? Soothing. Oops. 19, 20. Oops, that was 10. I am fat fingering my keyboard here. GoBots! GoBots was like such a cheap Transformers knockoff. But it was... I still like them too. The cartoons weren't as cool as the toys though. Transformers toys were just amazing though. They came from Japan and they're just a cut above all the toys in the US. Mask was cool shit. My friend got the helicopter that turns into like a jet. I was so jealous. And then I think one Christmas I got the Mask hideout, like the base. And that one is where you store all the characters, so... Never got them all, but it was cool that they had a base of operations in my toy chest. Japan is really good at making useless crap that Americans love. That's how their economy bloomed. Absolutely. And then China did it. And now everyone's like, oh no, China has all our money and all our manufacturing jobs. What are we going to do? What could we ever do about this problem that we created? I wonder. Japan still has the best toys. Nothing will ever top... Like, it was in Transformers, it was Jetfire. But it was actually a Macross VF-1S fighter. But that one was massive. I bought one when I was working at Blizzard. Cost me like $300, which is a lot of money for me at that time. It's Blizzard-based shit. But I've been looking... I had to sell it when I moved. Because I knew it would get destroyed. And now I need to buy it again. Or find a remake or something. I bought some of the Macross Plus Saga ones, and they were okay, but they weren't as cool as the original Jetfire or VF1S. I remember the Roy Falker model, the Roy Folker model, the VF, was it one? I want to say 4, but all I remember is it had the 4 guns on the top. Wow, now it wants to find a whiteboard. Don't do that. That one was cool. It had the skull. Failed to enter whiteboard mode. No, that's all right. You don't need to enter whiteboard mode. That one was the coolest one because it had the skull on it. First Japan, then China, and then Thailand. Dave is ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. One might say Dave will be the one who will make all the toys one day and then blackmail America into becoming his preferred utopia. If only it worked that way. No. China makes all the cool gadgets now. But there's been a steep decline in quality as they've been like going for monetary gain more recently. Alright, we're gonna sell one of these on the market. Next stop is Winter Spring, I guess. 6 minutes. Yeah, we'll just take the ride.
Peace, friend.
We'll go straight there. There's an auction house there, so we don't need to stop in Overmore. Let's see. I think I started at midnight. It's been almost 2 hours and I still haven't completed all the raid tasks just to get all the components and shit that I need. You know, I really like Japan. And probably would live there, but I don't think my family enjoyed it as much as I did. And when we were there, I had my middle daughter was 5 years old, and we got some interesting comments from older Japanese males there that, in retrospect, were a little unsettling about how cute she was. Which I understand, like, that's a whole culture there. Kawaii. But it's not necessarily a comment that you want about your 5-year-old daughter from older gentlemen. Especially in the somewhat aggressive manner that the comment was given. The island of super racist, skipping that word, people that have Filipino workers that they cut out their pension systems when they're 9.9 months out of 10 from getting it. Yeah, that would be the one. 9.9, 10 years from getting it, yes. That would be the one. I've heard enough. I would never want to work there, let's say. If I were to go to Japan, I'd have to be independently wealthy or have an income from something that I don't have to worry about income. If and you know what I mean. What's that? What is that? Hold up, wait. That was a grave. Wasn't it? That looked like a gravestone. Donk. I want to check that out. And I don't know, I'll come back for it. It sucks that you can't parachute off the mount at any point. I mean, it's already on rails. Just let me Whoop. An Israeli visa? I think no. Definitely not. I'm pretty sure I'm on the IDF hit list now. I had a conversation with one of my Jewish relatives, and basically she won't admit that what's going on in Gaza. And I may have used the N-word. Not the one you're thinking of, the other one. And then after that, she basically said something about watching out for your pager, which I'm like, oh, and now you're wishing death upon me from the IDF. That's amazing. Certainly not a thing N-word would say. Again, not the N-word you're thinking of. Meh. Family. You're gonna clip this out of context? Don't do that. But what is the N-word? No. Yes, the German one. Not neocon, no. But honestly, if someone can't acknowledge that there's genocide going on right now, it's kind of... When there's thousands of dead children, that's like... Those are not combatants. Oh, but the soldiers were hiding there. No. No. Scott knows it. He's joking. Don't take him seriously. Never take Scott seriously. If that's one thing I teach all of you, don't take Scott seriously. He's in it for the lulz. He's a class A troll. AQ20? This election is a nightmare. When is it all over? That's all I want to know. It's in November, isn't it? Oh, the 270 to win site is up. How's it going? 226 Democrats, 219 Republicans. Suddenly 230 Democrats, 215 Republicans. Oh, it's updating. Great. It's real time. I love it. So the way I guess most people don't know this. The way that the American voting system works is that the people in the state vote for their chosen candidate, whoever that may be, and then the state has a certain amount of electoral candidates. Electorates are like for every X population you get one electorate. And then the red states pretty much cheat by getting extra electorates, not based on population, but because of whatever. Districts or something stupid. But anyways, in order to win the presidency, you need 270 electoral votes. And some states the electorates don't need to vote with what the popular vote is. Some states split the electoral vote. So let's say that, let's say there was a state called Dumbassville, and in Dumbassville, if there's 100,000 people and a 50,000 vote for the Democrat and a 50,000 vote for the Republican, then they would split it. One electoral vote for the Democrats and one for the Republican. But yeah, this is a shit show. Alright, whatever. I should have looked. Thank God for the Electoral College. Direct democracy is cancer. The Greeks knew it. The Founding Fathers knew it. The idea that everyone should get a say despite their obvious winter IQs is a farce. Yeah, but then they put the stupidest people in charge. Like, have you ever seen a House or Senate meeting? These guys are fucking morons. So they put the dumbest people in charge, and then all of them are beholden to corporations, absolutely corrupt pieces of shit who take money from lobbyists, which in any other country is considered corruption, flat out. Lobbying is corruption in any other country than America. I don't know what to say about that, but you saw a black dude cosplay as the main character from what series? Full Metal Alchemist? Cool. I was going to make an ironic comment about the German state of mind and strongly point towards what the German N-word might possibly be, but if you know it, it's fine then. Maybe you're thinking something else then. Honestly, unless there's a third party win, America is doomed. And pretty sure it's already doomed. But between these two dipshits, between Cop Mala and Trump, I think it's easier to make Trump move to the left than Kamala Harris. Because they're both right-wing, but Trump has a need to feel loved. So if it's his final 4 years, there's a chance America gets universal health care out of him. Because he desperately wants to get rid of Obamacare because he hates Obama with a passion. Because Obama made fun of him once. And this isn't a joke. Obama made fun of him at a correspondence dinner where he makes jokes about stuff, and he mocked Trump by saying, but he'll never be president, or something along those lines. And I'm 99% sure that was the impetus for Trump to decide to run. Jimmy Carter said this in 2016. What? Why is this cringe channel being recommended to people talking about N-word and Germans? Oh my god. Feel free to leave, Onita Wolf. Feel free to leave. $20? Oh god. Oh, they're selling them in ones? You crazy? Four of them. Right. I'm going for this one then. Time to kill bears. Let's see how camped it is. Not too bad, actually. Interestingly enough. I linked a video in Discord of Trump saying the N-word. Tequila is playing in the background. Jeez. Why? I don't need to see that. What the? Oh. Huh. Someone picking off that one on the side? No! His Zanza potions the bomb there. There must have been a scuffle over which mobs people were getting. This place is an absolute pigsty. Should I even bother going up? I've got the hole outside, it seems, for the moment. Ooh, a 717 ambush, that's not good. Finally. Oh shit. The order of this is so shit right now. It's almost worth waiting. Are you kidding me? You absolute monster. Eat shit. Back outside we go. How is it out of range? Dave would like servers on retail WoW, offering that people can make their own personal WoW experience. Paying a fee, of course, but they would have all the WoW assets and levels free of charge. Yeah, I suggested they run it like Minecraft. Vibram of Tenacity. The book is more a curse than a blessing. Oh. He brought his friend. David, like many things, I'm not unreasonable in my desires. Nice. Let's move these down here. Big booty women, an end to all wars, all of his food to be delivered. Well, I've got the first and the last one. 1427. You just gotta work on the end to all wars thing. See if I can get the US government on board with that. Oh, great. And we're back outside. You know what? I think this build is way better than combat daggers, actually. Between the initial ambush and also the mitigation of dodge and everything. Seems to be doing a lot more damage and keeping me healthy. Because I have to remind myself I don't even have the world buff that I normally have when I come out here. Praetorian Pauldrons of the Whale. Oh, and I get a disappointing 600 ambush. It really hurts when that happens. Nice. Back in business. No, I dizzied myself. Hey, King Lich, how you doing? Out of range. Are we gonna keep picking off this one on the edge here? I think so. $1,500. Uh-oh. Full. Alright, let's... Oh no! Competition has arrived. Wait. Huh? I think your gear is OP already? You need to test your rotation? Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for the patch. No point in testing anything now. Because it'll all be obsolete in 2 days. Competition is fun. Not if you just want to get something done and move on. I guess it's fine. Have these not spawned yet, or did she just stole them right in front of my face, right? She just stole them right in front of my face. Alright, let's go to the upper tier and see what's going on there. Don't know if someone was up there and that's why that guy was down below, or what the case may be. Yeah, there's a rogue. Ah. Shit. Alright, the inside is camped pretty hard, so let's just keep to our loop over on the edge of the outside. So just did it, so now we're doomed. Now we have to wait for this. AoE grind them? No, it takes forever. AoE grind is the dumbest shit ever because it slows down everybody. First you have to gather them all, which is stupid in the first place. Then you're running around And in the meantime, all those mobs are not dying, which means that you're slowing the timers down for not just yourself, but everybody else. Only a dipshit does that crap. You kill them as fast as you can and you move. A Dave Paladin arc? I will do a Dave Paladin arc when the Turtle WoW team lets me write a quest line where a Paladin becomes a Death Knight and then design the Death Knight class. That will be the... That's the only time that happens. Great, that fucking ruined my whole lineup. Can't leave anything out now because there's people everywhere. Gloves different? No, that's H4 level. Wish Death Knight Necromancer was a thing. I'd watch Evil Dave. Yeah, I mean, I'll do an evil run, but I need to have the arc. I need the Paladin first. Because turning evil when you were never good doesn't mean anything. And Death Knight has to be a horde-only class. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. There are bears on the ridge? Up here? Are there really? Interesting. Well, I was going for these ones, but... The weakest ass ambush I've ever had. Anyways, it's not gonna happen, so... Like, it's just not a thing. I think I can throw this in the trash. I should probably actually go turn all this in. I only have 2 Winterfell Firewaters. That is the saddest shit I've ever seen. This might be the worst Firewater run I've ever done. What is happening? They just don't want to drop them. Which class would they then ally have if Ford got another class? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. It does not have to be synchronous. It can be a thing. Like, what would be the equivalent Horde to Alliance move anyways? Like, Traitor? Is that a hero class? You'd want DKs to be none of the factions? I mean, if you went with the whole, like, original idea of the Forsaken, then it might make sense, yeah. Because the original idea of the Forsaken was simply that they were the undead of everyone, and it was Sylvanas' group, and they were separate from everything. Oh, that's only 3 silver? Get out of here. I'll take this heavy junk box. It's certainly full of epic items, I know. Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters would become Alliance. That doesn't make sense. Metzen's inability to see grays made WoW brand asymmetrical. Prove me wrong. Yeah, it was Alan Adham. It wasn't Metzen. Metzen was on board with the original EverQuest style of like each faction being a little thing. It was Metzen's idea for the Forsaken to be a separate entity. That was originally what the whole story of Warcraft 3 was moving towards, wasn't it? It was Alan Adham who said, no, 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 this is Warcraft. Warcraft is orcs versus humans. No, 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 no subtleties here. The world of Warcraft needs to be the world of Warcraft. And he would say it exactly like that. It was obnoxious. It's fucking obnoxious. Adham is colorblind? Fucking Christ. I don't know how that has any impact at all on what you're talking about, but alright. Stupid hunter. Alright, we got 5, so we got some lucky drops now. Great. Shit, there was a box there and I didn't get it. I guess I kind of have to decide what I'm going for here. Alright, let's slow it down. Okay. We have to go back. I know we're only halfway, but our loop is broken. There's a hunter picking off stuff. It's not optimal anyways. We may as well savor our kills and get rid of all the bullshit in my inventory and get the money for it, and then come back and be able to fill up again. You think there's any way this actually sells for 26 or for 5 gold? I doubt it. Sounds like Blizzard had a Middle Eastern. What the fuck? I think that'll be a fitting fit. Horde has shamans as extra, Alliance has paladins, and the Forsaken would have DKs.
Interesting.
That could work. Alright, just make sure I'm not... This is a blacksmithing recipe? Ah. This? What does it look like? Oh, that's not bad.
Out there?
Do I have this already? I don't know. I did not. Excellent.
Got the best deals anywhere.
And these
Good.
look like poop. Could care less.
Time is money, friend.
Alright, I know these don't sell for anything, so 50 silver, 50 silver, 50 silver, great. Room cloth, we'll sell this on the auction house, we'll look at that on the auction house, we'll attempt to sell this in the auction house, and we'll consider selling this in the auction house. And then over here,
How you doing?
we have thick leather somewhere. I didn't see where that went though. Oh, we got 15, do we? There it is. Let's see. We can turn these into patches, or we just hold on to them. I'll just hold on to them. And let's store one of the breads here because I have room. Not sure where that extra flash powder came from. still want a necromancer. Yeah, me too. Warlock does not fulfill the necromancer fantasy. I want an army of skeletons. Originally, we didn't think we could do a necromancer because you would want that army of skeletons. Instead, we only wanted each person to have one pet. We were seriously concerned about the limitations of the servers. Okay, glad I checked. What else? These. Okay, 5 gold buyout. What do they sell for? 2 gold auction. Yeah. Why is a deposit 3 gold? Oh boy. Bandages. Heavy broom cloth. Heavy. Da 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 da. Just have to undercut that one. Now we'll go eternal pieces. So why not? Am I hyped for 117.2? Of course I am, Deckverse. What are your takes on the announced CC2? What's CC2? Oh, you know what? I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I tend not to comment on such things until I experience them. Just because, well, A, things are going to change, and then after they're out, things are going to change more. I think it's the crowd control mechanics between all the races and classes. But I haven't looked at them too carefully because I just kind of want to discover it all on after the patch and like try things out with the rogue and see how that subtlety spec works in a raid and just experience it for a while before I make some stupid comments on it. I know we live in a world where everyone wants to make stupid comments about things they haven't experienced yet, but I think I'm definitely on the side of let me wait and see what happens, and then I'll comment on it. Oh, the bolt of sub-console. Alright, you there. Trick or treat. Boo. Trash it. Bag of sugar. Trying to poison me. Diablo 2 Necro. Exactly. That's what everyone kind of wants, I think. That's what I want.
Yo!
That. Got 20 there. I think we can sell most of the rest. Alright. Now, am I really carrying this around? Why am I carrying it around? And this? Let's not forget to turn that in this time. Alright, still need 5 more frickin' Winterfell Firewaters. Definitely a good approach to experience first and rate it then. YouTube has a lot of weird... people have been complaining about getting their messages stopped recently. I think it has to do with the election. I really don't know. I'm just guessing. I think it has something to do with the election and like maybe certain keywords that like might be related to that in any way, shape, or form are getting like absolutely destroyed for some reason. Hard to say. Hard to say. Nope. Alright. In we go then. Y'all have forced me up to the upper tier. Shit. Okay. At least there's something for me. Let's try to savor it and use my pickpocket and everything. I've only been using 10% of my power. Swear words in chat get held for review by mod. Oh, I'm not looking at the mod stuff. No, wouldn't it show me that though? Well, I'm not seeing anything weird like that. But maybe I'm not in mod mode or something. It's funny, I've been streaming for ever, and I still feel like a noob. Did he really do that twice in a row? No, he did not. Hello. What are you doing there? Hey, you piece of shit. How did I get the first hit? Okay. Someone explain that to me like I'm 5. What did he do that he didn't get the aggro? How did he not get the aggro? I clearly saw him cast the spell. Like, clearly, clear as day. He cast first and hit. Was it a dot? And the dot was like 3 seconds or something? To the first tick? That would be insane. Nice. Lazy people want armies of mobs to kill stuff for them. You hit before his spell hit? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it did resist. That makes a lot of sense then. He could have resisted the first 2 ticks, because it seemed like a really long time. I was expecting him to get that. Was hesitant to even bother. And then I was like, wait, it's still up for grabs. I guess it's mine. He seems incapable of murder. Poor warlock. You didn't play the Necro in D2? Why are there so many that like that class? What's so great about the Necro from D2 and it would fit in WoW? Because you had an army. You had a literal army around you of all these skeletons and skeleton mages and a golem and what was the other one? Golem, skeletons, and what? Something else. Yeah. Those are Yetis. Yetis. Alright, so now I know where these are, but those are being camped as well. Surely this will spawn. Oh! Hello. What are you doing there? Hello? Yay. I think that hunter is coming down for these. I should get Rupture out. Where is it? Where did I put it? Shit. Pull it out of my book. There, whatever. Yay, Winterfell Firewood. How many? 7. Yeah. Ah! Alright, it's mine. I was gonna give it to him. That's the sad part. I was absolutely gonna give that to him, and then he came at me, and I'm like, oh. Morrowind. Nice. No shame in playing Morrowind. Why are you sweating? So many questions you'd love to hear my thoughts on, such as why you're sticking to the stock UI and stuff like that. Oh, I just prefer simple. Like, I don't want... I don't know. I like to play the base versions of every game. Like, when a Bethesda game comes out, I don't do the expansions or anything like that. I just play the core game the way that the developers kind of made it. And I don't use any add-ons or any of that stuff. Which probably for most of you is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I understand that. But I like to get in the head of the game designers, and I like when they surprise me. And if I use mods and stuff, I'm getting a different experience than what they intended, and I'm not necessarily learning whatever it was that I feel they learned. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone but me, but it's sort of like reading the messages from the designers, if that makes sense. Alright, so that's a thing. You know what? I can steal from these. Not the big tiger Khajiit. The ones without boots and different walking animations? I've never seen that. What are you talking about? At least I know about that front stabbing thingy on private servers. Isn't it great? Aww. I haven't seen that hero one spawn yet. Should be up soon. And, oh, someone killed him. The two spawns must not be on the same loop. Alright, whatever. Still at 7. You can trace modders' design decisions too. Yeah, but that's not as interesting to me in terms of how do I put this? From an industry, understanding what's going on in the game industry from the way that they're designing things. Like, for example, Starfield told me a lot about what's going on at Bethesda. Holy shit. Holy shit! It is not good there right now, I can tell you that much for sure. They are struggling. I don't know exactly what's going on, but they have grown weak on writing. Mooncloth Best. No, it's a blue, but it ain't valuable. Classic. Yeah. So with Starfield, you can sort of see that they're not making, how to put this without being totally insulting, they're not making good decisions in terms of their narrative design, and they're not making good decisions in terms of where they invest their time and money into the game. Quite frankly, the voice acting was subpar. And I based that off of having just played Baldur's Gate 3 before I played their game. And now I understand why Bethesda was so worried about it. Because the bar for voice acting was set back to where it was about 20 years ago. Fuck. They basically raised the bar back up to where it was when BioWare first started. And now, I mean, right? So it was great to see, but also reminded me of this aching sadness I felt whenever I played a AAA game. And it wasn't even half an A. It was more like a B-. BG3 before Starfield sounds like a time travel downgrade. 100% it was. Having like crispy voice acting from Asterion and then putting that up against like what effectively sounds like AI robots. And they're supposed to be like super endearing characters. And I'm like, what the hell did you do? What have you done? How could you do this to me? I wanted a Bethesda game, and instead I got, well, whatever Starfield was supposed to be. I can say that, like, you know, the voice acting in Skyrim is not amazing either, but like, that's an ancient game and they had a lot of other things going for them. Drop more fucking scrolls of bullshit. They must have increased the pattern drop rate or something. It's quite something to see 22 years of development with Morrowind's Tamriel rebuilt though. Oh, I can imagine, yeah. That's why I'm not like totally against remakes, as long as they stay true to the original. Like I'm actually kind of interested to play Silent Hill 2 remake. I know that the changes to the camera might detract from certain things, and there's also like a bigger emphasis on combat. But everything else is still there, so it could be fun. Bethesda's another example of incompetent Gen Xers getting really popular in the 90s when there was no competition and then being able to hit the mark. Not being able to hit the mark, I see. Well... Oops. No. Give me the chest. I'll say that Bethesda as a studio has definitely rested on its laurels in a pretty ridiculous way. For example, alright, let's just take our time. For example, their interface is shit. Absolute shit. The first thing that happens whenever a Bethesda game comes out is that a modder fixes their UI. And ironically enough, as mediocre as the Skyrim UI was, it's usable. I can't say the same for Starfield. Thought I heard a crying baby. I don't know, whenever my family's back, I start hearing things like that. It's probably not good. Oh, I only need one more. Let's get this done. Bethesda, BioWare is another example. Bungie to a lesser degree. Well, let's be clear on what happened to BioWare. BioWare got bought by EA, all the founders left, and what was left? Nothing we want. After the founders left, that was basically it for EA, or for BioWare. It's not BioWare anymore, basically is what I'm saying. It's some other company. It's an EA company. BioWare and EA company, let's say it that way. You can resize everything, pin windows. What? Oh, and the thing you're talking, oh, the Morrowind one, okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can already do that. What do you mean? Give me the potion. Oh, okay, that's a good opportunity. If I hadn't just blown my... Alright. We're going for it anyways. Because... I can do... Guys, stop. I'm trying to pick your pockets here, please. Have some respect. Alright, we do this, this, this. I'm gonna fight you, and you. You're just fighting everybody. Everybody was come to fight. Oh, what? Oh, he's like over there. Jesus. Okay, I'm getting my ass kicked because of that. Whatever. I was not paying attention strictly as I should have been. Alright, someone's got to have a frickin' potion on them. Thank you. Jesus. Let's get out of here. Stack of 10. More than enough for whatever I'm going to do. Drew Carpathian? Yeah. I don't know about that guy. I've never met him, so I can't really speak to any individual. I can only speak to the end product of the company as a whole, which is probably a better place to start from. Because if you try to attribute anything to one or two people and you're not there, you're not internal, you don't know. For all you know, the guy that you're focusing all your hate on is the one keeping it all together. BioWare was screwed even without EA. Their ideas hinged on that huge Hungarian writer that looks like a very muscular thumb. Oh, okay. I don't think that's true. But did he leave before the purchase by EA? Is that what you're telling me? No. Let's check. No. We'll check. Maybe. So, keep. Bandage. He left before ME3 hit, the worst in the series. How much before ME3? How much of his work was in ME3, I guess is what I'm asking. He may have left because of EA's influence, but all the other founders left too. Miyazaki and all of them. So, as far as I'm concerned, BioWare had a complete brain drain after ME3. Just to write gift blurbs for old women, you need to submit writing samples? I mean, that's how it is. He was the lead behind ME1, co-writer on ME2, and completely absent on ME3. He's not credited at all. It sounds like a Fallout, but either way, on ME3, that's when they started meddling. So my guess would be that whatever producer at EA didn't like him, that's probably why he left, and that's probably why they meddled even more. Just a guess, though. I wasn't there, so it's really not my place to say. What is it? Pattern. Plans. Sells for 35, they're selling it for 34. This market is shit. Alright. So trash. 1 gold. I'll try. I'd like to try here, but you're a douchebag. So and use it for 72 hours, so it has to. And vendor, for sure. And I think I have a stack. Yeah, I do.
Well, spit it out.
We'll go turn these in. The ME1 is the best franchise for the story. Yeah, ME1 was great.
How you doing?
But that doesn't mean that he's the only one who had anything to do with anything, because that's clearly not true.
You be careful now.
You've just made some assumptions you don't actually know. And I'll tell you this.
Be good.
It was, once EA bought BioWare, they started meddling in the writing. It was very clear. And Andromeda was the fruition of all the meddling. My faith is tired.
Careful now.
I think the guy doesn't like us because maybe I shot him in the face. Like, just stupid. The stupidest shit I've ever heard in a game, ever. The writing in Andromeda was so bad, I couldn't play the game. Even though the game itself was actually enjoyable. I had to forego the gameplay to avoid hearing the painfully bad dialogue. That's how bad it was. For me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, what do you want?
I feel like I missed some questions. If I missed your question, just hit me up again, because Scott abducted the chat for a while there. And scrolled things off that I was looking for. Oh well. That. I just want commie Star Trek RPG. Why can't they do a good Star Trek? Like, it seems so obvious, and yet they never get it quite right. It's very irritating. All right, Winterfall Echo. What am I gonna do with this? We might go kill a few more, so let's just leave it in my inventory. Now we're going for Frost Sabers. Let's see. Midnight, 1, 2, 3. 3 hours in, still not done with all the shit I need to get done in order to have all the raid stuff I want available. Star Trek, but with Soviet sci-fi aesthetics? Was Star Trek not kinda already there? There was a lead writer on Andromeda that got her start through voice acting. Interesting. It's the eternal issue with movies having bad game adaptations, always like that, and they went and tried making an MMO. Who? What MMO? Are you talking about, not Planescape. Yeah, what am I thinking of? That sci-fi one. I don't know, everyone recommended that series. I guess I have to watch it. Is that the one with Jason Momoa? No, that's Stargate. Stargate something. Atlantis. I don't know. I have so much TV I'm supposed to catch up on. They had a holodeck and Journey from Moscow to Cassiopeia in the 70s. Interesting. Oh. They ran away. I'll just wait. I'm not in a rush. We'll go for this one. Star Trek Universe? What? What? Are you asking for a Star Trek MMORPG? Because they have one. Kind of. It's free to play now. It's just not very good. Asari are no longer all female? What? What the fuck was that loot? Something's wrong with their loot tables. Literally dropped everything he possibly could. Plus a green item. Fucking bizarre. Oh, hello. I want a Star Trek MMORPG, but I want it first person like Cyberpunk 2077. Right, they don't have pockets. I knew that. I did. Really? Shit. They had a VR game? Oh, right. What is it? Star Trek Commander? Is that what it's called? Star Trek Commander VR, maybe. Bridge Crew. Okay. That makes sense. What? Was I bleeding? What happened? How did he see me? Is it just not invisible? Maybe. There was a Bridge Commander 2 a bit older. What's sad is, or funny, both sad and funny. The best Star Trek game that I ever played, I think it was called Star Trek Commander, but it wasn't an official game. And then they basically shut it down. They said you couldn't sell it anymore. But it was on the Macintosh, and it was really fun. It was really good. It was like you were just a ship, and you were like flying around, and it was like a top-down view, and you had to like balance your shields and decide what to do in alien encounters. I think most of it was just combat, though. Thinking about it, maybe it wasn't as great as I remember it being. But still, it was the best Star Trek game, even though it wasn't the Star Trek fantasy I was looking for, or am currently looking for. Maybe the adventure game was the closest to being an actual Star Trek. Star Trek and Morrowind? We already have Star Wars? Do you really? Morrowind and Star Wars? Or Star Wars and Morrowind? That's crazy. You linked a play of it? Bridge Crew. Yeah. I've seen that. What? Oh. Interesting. Crap. Oh. Alright. Alright, we're not gonna get it? Fine. Starwind? God. How much echo we got? Ah, it's drop rate. Drop rate is shit. What's going on? Got this whole place to myself. I can't even kill fast enough. Total conversion inspired by KOTOR. Interesting. Actually, we should go this way. It's faster. What? What is going on? I always felt that Star Trek should follow games like EVE Online when making a grand MMO in the Star Trek universe, but then went and followed what everyone did back then and tried to copy WoW. Yeah, exactly. That was everyone's mistake when they tried to get into the MMORPG genre. Rather than making their own thing based on what their universe's sort of world would be like, they copied what WoW did because it was dangerous not to. If you watch the Bo Bell interview that I did, I recently posted a short from it. But if you watch the Bo Bell interview, he also worked on Stargate Online, which was going to be an MMORPG in the Stargate universe, which I thought would have been fucking amazing, and then it didn't happen, basically. Or did it? I forget how that conversation went, to be honest. I'm old and my brain is feeble. What can I say? Oh, now you notice me? But yeah, I think EVE Online was the closest thing to like a sort of Star Trek fantasy. And it's sort of unfun to play for me. Like, my character's leveling while I'm offline, but I stopped caring at some point. And then I just never returned. And never will, so... Alright, I want to have at least 20 echo, so we need 21. Oh, these weak-ass ambushes really annoy me. Stop parrying my combo finisher. What? It's on the wrong screen. By the way, in case you were curious, you cannot use ambush with your blade flurry. It doesn't work. I did try. Excuse me. And wonder, I never played Star Trek Online. Do they have any currency in that game that would go against the philosophy? Yeah. Selling anything in that game would go against the philosophy of Star Trek, wouldn't it? I don't remember, honestly. I barely played it, so I didn't get into the nitty-gritty of the game design and mechanics and everything. I was just like, I'm not on a starship, I'm on a planet, and I don't care, and I don't want to be here, and I'm done. That's basically, that was my experience. It's free to play, so you can go through the pain of it yourself if you like. Thank you, Slendrian. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Alright, I'm getting my rupture out. Where the frick is it? Combat? No. Assassination? Here it is. keep that on my F key, so I'll put this on 2F. Because that's something we used. 2F for prep, 2 in normal F for Russian. I played it a bit and the Federation feels like they adopted the Ferengi economy. I bet it does. It's amazing how their Star Trek morality is so flexible in the face of making money off of people. Lol. I'm sure Gene Roddenberry was spinning in his grave. Flip it! Flip it! Ah, Blade Flare ran it. Alright, this Am I disarmed? What's going on? Was I not hitting? That was so weird. My auto attacks were hitting, weren't they? But I was not able to get off an ability. There must be some range in between, which is kind of strange. 17 Echo. What a catastrophic missed opportunity. Old school massive raid environment of Star Trek would have perfectly played into the idea that a group of up to 50 to 250 people would have to operate a spaceship like in the show. I know, right? Basically moving cities. Like imagine if Ogremar moved from place to place and everyone had to work together to make sure it kept moving, and if they didn't, it would crash and die. Everyone would die. Oh my god, that would be amazing. It relies on so much though, we'd have to look into what a skeleton crew can do in Star Trek. I think a starship can be operated by like 6 people. In theory, all the systems can be automated. Was there ever... There must have been an episode where they addressed that, for like... Yeah, Guildmaster is captain. I mean, shit, what's his nut can do that? Shit. The guy making the Forever game that's taking forever and will probably never be playable. Tiger meat. That doesn't make any sense at all. And whatever. Alright, we've got 20. We need literally one more, so... Imagine a raid in my Star Trek Online pitch would basically be something like a border skirmish where the guild ship crew has to fend off a Romulan battlecruiser or something of that scale. Exactly. But there could be people on both sides. There could be like 300 people piloting the Romulan ship. And there could be boarding parties and all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Like your class really matters in that sort of a game. Like if you're security, that means that if shit beams onto the ship, you got to get over there and fight it. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Yeah. I don't know why I was holding onto that so hard. Should we just go for another stack of 20? Maybe. Come back. Hey, hey. Without engineers, the ship doesn't run. Well, the thing is, like, there's automation, right? The starship basically can operate 100% independent of any crew at all. I don't want that. So then it becomes a question of, that's obviously not going to be peak efficiency, right? So then it's about each crew member providing efficiency bonuses. And if anything breaks down, those are all crew repairs. God. When you think about it from a game design system perspective, like, actually the crew of the Starship Enterprise is just a bunch of caretakers for a giant AI. It would be kind of cool to play like a Geordie LaForge role. Yeah, engineering would be cool. But I like the idea of being like the science officer who has to go down to the planet and sort of figure out what's going on, the chemistry of the world. And then there'd be someone who has to talk to the alien species and figure out what they're doing. The bard, effectively. Paramount will never allow this, so it's all kind of moot. Unfortunately, they own the Star Trek license forevermore. Yeah, 200 people on both sides. I mean, that's not unlike what happens in EVE Online already, so they've effectively got it done. Though I don't actually know if you are on one of those motherships, like, do you actually do something there, or is it literally one person? Because it's that sort of grandiose scale of, like, I'm a person on this ship, and also I can see myself on this ship and go, like, around the crew quarters and go down to the holodeck, and, like, when that's happening, maybe there's an emergency. Like, that sort of thing. Like, how... Wait, yeah. There's, like, a Cracked episode about how Star Trek is actually a dystopia because everyone is so bored. They're just going around, like, looking for something to do. Holodeck shenanigans with an in-game editor. Of course. Of course. I just unstealth, and I don't know why. I'm big dumb, I guess. No! Come back! No! Keep going! 25. Boo. I think the main difference, if one would compare it with EVE Online, is EVE Online would operate one ship by themselves. All those numbers in the player HUD are 10k of people you yourself exist as. C. $75. Okay. Well, that's better than this. And you? Not understanding that. Yeah. I don't have the super script for emo. Or do I? Maybe I do. Wait, come back here. Slash macro. Ah, here it is. Super Humo. In Star Trek, on the other side, every role is in a ship. Blah blah blah. Up to 1,000 or something slightly more. Players stay the same. I don't know. I'd really have to sit down and think about it, and I really don't want to do it unless such an opportunity to do it for real presents itself, and it hasn't, and probably never will. Hate working for free. I guess. I mean, it might be fun to think about. If I'm getting a spreadsheet out, I better be getting paid. God damn it. Like the Nebula class, like the Enterprise, a mini Enterprise D. They've always, I've always appreciated their unique ship design, and I like how it makes sense that these are spaceships. They're not going onto a planet, so they don't need to make aerodynamic sense, and yet they still do have that sort of aerodynamic aesthetic. I guess because you have to warp that time-space aerodynamically. Space dynamically? What would that even mean? Every starship is like a minimum of 1,000 people, isn't it? Because you're on those things for decades, so if you don't want people inbreeding by the time they finish a mission, I think you got to have quite a complement of crew. They're effectively tiny worlds. I'm in combat. Okay. I mean, that works. They do have warp drive, yeah. 750 officers and crew. Interesting. Se 750 is enough that you wouldn't run out of people to meet, I suppose. Even on like a 5-year journey. Wait. Parry my ghost strike. What is this bullshit? Alright. Just stop. Oh, Star Ruby. What else? Fine for get out of here. Once that ship would be introduced to my game pitch, be ready to make sure that that amount of people will be online for that raid. Good luck. That's a lot of people. I think that's where it, like, you have to do something where everyone is online at the same time. I guess you would have to, like, sort of choose to go into a specific zone at a specific time. That's like most of where the gameplay happens. But that you could go onto the ship at any time and just sort of hang out and like do activities and meet people and like do like little quests to fix things that give you bonuses the next time you're in a combat scenario. Which is it is interesting. Lieutenant Commander McShleden, why aren't you at your post? Homework is for noobs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Since the stack of fangs seems to be the highest of the items and junk, I guess I'll hold on to those. Not clear on why it's saying the auction house would pay more for these. Gray, so it shouldn't do anything. One can expect to have 5k people there at the same time when those galactic battles take place and destroy material worth several $1,000s worth of real money. I mean, that's true for EVE Online, so yeah, I suppose it's true in general. It makes sense that EVE is such a predatory and backstabbing-oriented game. It's made by the scumbag Bjork people. What the heck? What do you have against Bjork? I like Bjork. Alright, we have 40. But do we need 41? I guess not. We would need 60 then. No, wait, hold on. Is 40 divisible by 3? Math failure here. No. So how many do we need? 42? God damn it. Well, that is, suppose that's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So we need 2 more. We'll have to decide what we're going to get rid of. EVE Online does give some ANCAP vibes, I'm sure. It sure does. Alright, let's see here. Ain't gonna be any of that. Oh. It's 15 silver. I guess we can let it go. So... Shit. Alright, we're just gonna... No. I can't compel myself to leave loot. You know what? It's the flash powder, because it's worth almost nothing. Wait. Where's the echo? Oh, I got rid of the other one. Okay, right. Good, good. Now I understand. Just one more. York sounds Swedish? She's, Icelandic. You know what else sounds like Swedish? The Borg coincidence? I think not. What the fuck? What are you trying to say about the Swedes? How dare you? Alright, let's get out of here. Oh man, I did the whole thing with my riding trinkets. Son of a bitch. Free appetizer cards. Bjork's a great musician. Everyone should listen to Bjork. Stop this nonsense slander. She's one of the first anti-mainstream people. There's the most adorable video of her explaining how she perceives TV, and she's worried about the rays from the TV affecting our minds. I would watch it with you, but I'd immediately get copyright strike. Wouldn't I? Didn't the Borg crash land somewhere in the snow too? The Borgs are time-traveling Swedes confirmed. Oh dear. Hold up. First network activity. Okay. Interesting. Just check on what this is. If it'll load. Everlook. Is that a gnome? Evil. Vile. Okay. Crash. Alright. I guess I'll call it here. Thanks, everyone. I will see you guys next time. I think I got all my raid stuff done, so I just need to do some final turn-ins, and then